key in the amount of ignorant mess we're about to get into right now.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black on Black Cinema. I'm your host Jay. I'm here with Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up?
All right, so we're back. This is episode 93, Higher Learning. Of course, this is starring Omar Epps, Ice Cube, Kristy Swanson, Jennifer Connelly, Michael Rapaport when he was still down, I think.
Was he?
We're going to have a conversation about Michael.
Pre-down Michael Rapaport, which is about basically three college freshmen and their sort of different trajectories in their first semester of college at Columbus University. So what are your thoughts on the movie, Terrence? This is your first time seeing it.
Oh, you starting with me?
Yeah, we're going to start with you. By the way, this is a John Singleton movie.
Yes, it is a John Spike Lee Daniels movie. I don't necessarily like this movie.
No.
No, it was boring. Like I was disinterested throughout the entire movie, honestly. I feel like had I seen this at a younger age and not seen movies that have done this better, like Dear White People, is a better movie.
Oh, yeah, I would argue that's true.
Like the direction, it's John Singleton, what are you gonna say? Like, it's fine, whatever. The acting was fine. I was thrown off by Lawrence Fishburne's West Indian accent. Because I was like, is he supposed to be African or Jamaican? I don't know what the hell is going on.
I think he was a little bit of all.
It was very strange. But like the story, I guess since it was in 95, the story that it told hadn't been told before. Because it was this like black people in white school and like the differences the things that they face in school. That was fine, but there was no gray. Everything was like black and white. Everything was like right on the nose. That's why I said it's basically like a Lee Daniels movie. And I need more than that. If I'm going to be, it's not like an entertaining movie. If it's like if it's a movie that's trying to teach me something, like I don't want black and white. I want subtlety, and this didn't give me that at all. And
well, this certainly isn't subtle.
No, there's no subtlety
Nazis
at all
on campus.
Right? Like what the fuck? Come on, man. Anyway, like No, it's not. I'm not a fan.
Okay.
Like I'm sure there are going to be a lot of black people that are going to curse me out. Fuck you in advance. No, but like I understand this is one of those movies that you guys like, but take a look at it now.
I did take a look at it now, and I still
might.
It.
Yeah, okay.
I still enjoy it. I mean, look, it came out at a time where I saw it. I didn't see it when it came out, but I probably saw it like 96, 97, going into college. And that's the thing about John Singleton movies, right? John Singleton movies came at such an appropriate time for me growing up.
Yeah.
That while we give them, like, they're all on the nose, right? They're, just like you said, they all hit the hammer on the head and then hit it again and then hit it again and then take a bigger hammer and then hit the nail until the nail is driven through the thing that it's trying to get
take
into.
Baby Boy, for example. What if that movie came out in like 1995 and you had seen it? What would you think about that movie? If that movie came out in 2000,
that movie
you were 20.
That movie stinks any year it came out.
But you know what?
You say that now.
Right. Like maybe I would have liked that because I was stupid as a kid.
No, like, I wasn't that stupid. I mean, I was pretty dumb. But no, that movie, no. Okay, absolutely not. I'm not giving that movie a pass for any decade ever.
Okay.
But
a little tricycle.
Boys in the Hood, for its faults, came out at a right time for me.
And I still like Boys in the Hood.
And this movie came out at a right time for me, and I appreciate it. Like I get what you're saying with the just heavy-handed message.
It was ridiculous. It was almost like a fucking cartoon to me.
But to a 15-year-old, like you need to hit that 15-year-old in the head like that.
That I agree with.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I get. Your age is definitely thing that plays into you still. I'm not like still liking it, but really, really enjoying it when it came out.
Yeah.
And me watching it at 35, I'm like, this is fucking dumb. That's
the world is not this insanely binary.
Yeah.
But I feel like there are some things in this.
Oh, there are messages in it. Certainly. But I've already gotten those messages. So I don't need to get it from that nigga.
Some of the
I'm just saying.
Fuck you, John Singleton. I've already lived my life.
Some of the ridiculous stuff in here, like still happens
Yeah.
to this day.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
And yeah, I enjoyed it. It held up for me. I forgot that Tyra Banks was in this movie.
I totally forgot about that. I was like,
This is her film debut.
Her only film.
No,
What
she
has
was in
been
another
in?
movie called.
What?
She was playing a Barbie doll, and the Barbie doll came to life.
the fuck are you talking?
I'm telling you, look, I swear, man. Look, somebody's like, yeah, you're right, right now. I'm telling you, because I had a sister,
It was a made-for-TV movie, wasn't it?
something like that. Yeah, it was either made
So
for TV
Tyra
or
Banks was
made
in
for
one movie called Higher
Yeah,
Learning. Let's
exactly.
just
right,
move on.
and she was sleeping with the director at the time. So
Oh, well,
Spoiler alert,
there you go.
I don't think she's very attractive.
I wouldn't say
I
that.
don't. I
wouldn't
have,
say that at all.
I have never gotten it. Never gotten
Really?
it. Nope.
Never.
Not
ever?
at-
That swimsuit. That sports.
Yeah, I get
Illustrated
that. Like,
Let me backpedal real quick.
yeah, I mean, but I never thought mind blowing. I just never did. Some people were like, she was like, fine, okay. I was never blown away by her. It's not. She's got a big fucking forehead.
Yeah.
Jesus, I was like, she looked like she had just seen something that frightened her hair off the front of her head. I was like, Jesus Christ.
So yeah, what did you think?
I thought the movie absolutely held up. I saw it probably, you and I talked about this offline. I saw it probably in like 97, 98. So I was like on my way to college. It's a far better movie than I remember. And I didn't dislike the movie when it came out or when I initially saw it. But yeah, I was actually like pleasantly surprised. I was like, damn, this actually kind of held up. Is John Singleton's style of beating the, like sort of just beating it into you, is that true? Absolutely. Does that exist in this movie? Absolutely. Is it about as over the top of a movie like this can be? Absolutely. Like you said, there are literal Nazis. Like the three characters
Like a
that
guy's reading Mein Kampf in this movie.
right. And they're like, I wonder if he has any issues. His roommate is Jewish and he's reading Adolf Hitler's greatest hits. Time to get a new fucking roommate, guy. Just saying. Might be some conflict. But by the way, that Jewish kid was Adam Goldberg, who's one of my favorite actors, like secretly. So it does hit you over the head. It is like, there's no level of, I won't say there's no level of nuance, but it's few and far between. It is very Lee Daniels-esque in a lot of ways. I mean, it is just fucking like, just beating you over the head. But I think time matters, right? I think in 1995, you didn't have any films about black kids going to predominantly white universities and like what that feels like. 95 is a time, I mean, just thinking back, 95 is a time where, black people in society are doing like pretty good. Like that's during the Clinton administration. So we're kind of out there. We're on our way up, right? Like got jobs and shit. Like economy's doing pretty good. Things are rocking pretty well. So all of those things are factors in how the story is told. I mean, the fact that you have a character like Ice Cube's character who has been in college more than the 4 years, and they're like, oh, you're a super duper senior or whatever, and they're kind of making fun of him. But if you think about what that means is he has the money, or his parents have the money to send him to college and to keep him there for longer than, I mean, those are kind of like little things that I don't necessarily think they were trying to show in the movie, but like they're true statements, right?
I think in John Singleton's head, him being in college for 6 years was just the equivalent of him being in like high school for 5 years.
Right, I agree with that,
And
but actually there's a larger stipulation there, which is
Right, you
economics.
got to pay to stay, but rhyme. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't think he was thinking about that.
No, I don't think so at all.
At all.
But those kind of things I think are interesting, and then it's sort of the. I hesitate to say the beginning, but I think probably for lack of a better term, it is sort of the beginning of black people, like young black people and young white people especially in college times, kind of starting to understand each other's perspectives a little bit. Whether they fully realize their perspectives by the end of this movie, I don't think that fully happens, but I think there are some characters go, oh, it turns out like there's a difference in the way people perceive life. And I think that's the whole point of the movie, right? Because the three main characters come to college from three totally different backgrounds. And it's not just because they're black and white. It's sort of rural or not rural, like, kind of viewpoints and abusive parents that are sort of touched on and, from the hood and stuff like that. I don't know. Like, I don't think John Singleton meant to make it as complex of a movie as it ended up being.
Right.
That's the best way I could say it.
I don't even think it's that complex, personally, but I guess we'll get into it.
So, would you have liked the movie if Tupac Shakur played Malik?
No.
No.
It wouldn't have made a difference.
He got the part, but he had to go to jail.
He had to go to come on, man.
What is it? You have to
No,
do
no.
poetic justice.
No known prophet and great black person, Tupac Shakur.
Yes.
We're gonna do that movie, by the way. We're gonna do that TV.
Made for TV
Not
movie.
anytime soon.
All eyes on me. That movie looks like trash. Anyway.
Would you have liked the movie if Sidney Poitier played Professor Maurice?
Played Malik? Dude, he played Ice Cube's character. Like, dude, you've been here way too long. You're like 58 years old. Played Lawrence Fishburne's character?
Yeah.
No.
The accent would have made more sense. If,
Would it? It would have just been Sidney Poitier doing it.
Right. Sam Jackson was the second pick for that.
Yes.
yeah, I was gonna say yeah.
That'd have been fine.
Would you have liked the movie more
But
if
I don't
Leonardo DiCaprio played Remy? Originally, he wanted Leo to play Remy and wanted Michael Rapaport to play Scott.
The cool white guy that the white guy who
Scott
was the lead.
rapist.
He was the lead Nazi.
Yeah,
Right,
Scott is the lead.
Yeah.
Scott was
Cole Hauser.
Yeah, Cole Hauser. That's right. I couldn't remember his name. He's the Nazi.
He's a good actor.
Yeah, he is. Leonardo DiCaprio's Remy. That's not bad.
Yeah.
I think he would have done a good job. I thought Rapaport was good.
Rapaport was fine.
Yeah, I thought he was good.
Yeah, he was fine and roll.
You want to talk about Michael Rapaport real quick?
You want to talk about Michael Rapaport?
Yeah.
We can talk about Michael Rapaport. Michael Rapaport is a bit of a problem. I've always thought that he was a bit of a problem. Because Michael Rapaport thinks, it seems like Michael Rapaport to me seems like the type of guy that uses the word nigger in front of black people because he knows a lot about hip hop. Because he knows more about hip hop than you.
You ever seen Zebrahead?
He's down. No.
He's in that movie. I think he's dating like a black chick.
Of
That's
course,
why it's called
of course he
Zebrahead.
does.
But
Because
it's
of course
in
he does.
Brooklyn.
Because
Like,
he's Michael Rapaport. He's from New York and he likes hip hop and he has that stupid fucking accent. I'm not a huge fan of Michael Rapaport.
That's how you really
I
feel.
loved him in this movie because he was a sniveling, slimy worm of an individual.
Just as you see him normally.
Yes.
Michael Rapaport to me feels like he's like a white guy. He's sort of a white guy who some black guy was like, "You're cool," and he was like, "Check and mate. I'm down forever." And I was like, "No, you're not." And then he said some shit about Colin Kaepernick, and I was like, "And you're out."
That's the
officially.
real Michael Rapaport to me.
I think that's true.
I
think that's true. I think that's largely true.
Get out of here, dummy.
Hey, dude, look, you kind of had it. You kind of had a black pass for a long time. Black people kind of let you slide for a long time. And you opened your mouth about that.
That's it, man. That's it.
Yeah, you fucked up, Michael.
I mean,
It's a
look,
wrap for you.
like it's a special club to be let in, man.
Justin Timberlake is in there. He almost got.
Justin Timberlake had one foot out the door.
Yeah, he almost fucked up.
Yeah.
He almost fucked up. He was like actually,
Sorry. Sorry, guys. I'm still cool.
Yeah. Look at me popping log, guys. I can still
We let
dance.
you get away with a lot of shit, Justin Timberlake. Cornrows, bruh.
And they weren't even good.
And they weren't even good. Get out of here. You know what's not good? 2.5 minutes of opening title credits for this movie.
Yeah, that was strike one for me.
Black screen, white letters just coming in.
Zigzagging and shit. I'm like,
zigzagging.
what the
For
fuck?
literally
Fast forward.
2.5 minutes. That's not.
Oh, I wouldn't know.
That's-
Fast forward. The movie starts. I was like, this is taking too long.
Yeah, I turned it on. I'm like, what is this?
That's not
Strike
good.
one.
That's not good for me.
I don't.
Wait, we actually didn't give scores. So what's your score?
I enjoyed fucking War Room.
Oh, come
I'm dead
on.
serious.
You're
I'm
the
serious.
worst.
I'm sorry, I did. But I'll give it the same score. I just didn't have fun with it. Well, it's not a fun movie. But
No, it's not.
I just didn't give a shit.
So
Like
a
I
2?
really didn't. I give it like a 2.5 out of 5.
Maybe like 3.5. I like the movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 3.5.
Yeah.
All right, continue. I'm sorry.
So we open up after the credits. There's a pep rally at Columbus University.
Which was
That was very weird. Did they purposely make it almost look like the Nazi symbol that they were doing in the beginning?
Thank you. That's what I thought too.
I was like,
All
what
the kids
fuck
are
is
like,
this? They're like,
yeah. I was like,
that
no,
looks too close
stop
to
doing
fucking-
that. Stop doing that. That was weird.
I was like, just one of those things. Like, okay.
Is that John Singleton like being slick, or is that just like somebody started doing? They're like, this will be interesting. Like, that's not interesting.
Yeah,
that's bad.
I thought that was John Singleton just beating me over the head already in the very beginning. Like, so this is like a white supremacy going on here or something? And he was walking through the crowd as a black man, like parting the crowd. I'm like, come on, man. Really? Whatever.
So
I did think this was
Strike 2.
It's literally been two and a
like
half
5
minutes.
minutes into the movie. That's why I sent y'all a message. I'm like, I sent you the message when I was watching this. Like, is he supposed to be West Indian or African? Because I can't tell. And then I'm like, I want to turn this shit off because I was already just like bored or disinterested with the movie. Just didn't care.
That's so mean.
So we are quickly introduced to Malik Williams, a black track athlete, Kristen Connor, a white woman, and Remy, a white guy.
It's so funny because I
don't know what else they did.
No, but that's the thing is Malik is clearly the main character.
he's
Like, well, he's on a running scholarship and he has all this other stuff. It's like, yeah, it's a white guy and a white girl. Anyway, moving on.
You don't find out till later that what's his name wants to be an engineer. He's there for
It's
engineering.
like 45 minutes into the movie and they're like,
Because you
oh,
see
what
his
do you
like
wanna do?
drafting table and everything. You're like, oh, okay.
Oh.
Fine. Thanks for telling us.
I don't know what-
I don't even know what the woman wanted. She was just there.
She wanted to
just
experience
wanted
the
to-
sexual freedom of college, apparently.
Apparently, with no resolution to that story.
The resolution is, I'm having a good time. That was her resolution. God bless her.
They're all starting their freshman year, and they all go to their respective dorms. Malik has got a bunch of hip hop playing in the background, and he's got like Africa posters and incense and shit going on.
Which is exactly how I decorated my room in college.
Is it?
It could be. It's not.
Kristen has some like 106.7 Mix FM, like
Oh, yeah.
like
Blues, or no, it was like Sarah McLachlan.
It was like
It's like
light,
in the arms of an angel.
light FM or whatever the fuck station
Right.
that is.
And it's just basically to show that these are very different kids from very different backgrounds. And
Well, you didn't
have
mention
very different personalities.
Michael Rapaport's music.
I don't know what he was listening
He was
to.
listening
He was
to Rage
listening to
Against
Rage
the
Against the Machine, which was weird because he had like
They're-
Metallica posters. Like they're not necessarily
They're not,
a
yeah.
rock
Oh,
band.
but they're in the same. They're in the same world. But it was funny because it's like, here's a future white supremacist like, yeah, Rage Against the Machine. I was like,
That's like the complete opposite of what you want to do.
but yeah, not only that, I was like, you do know they're not white, right? Like I know that might be confusing, but like
Like the majority of that band isn't white.
yeah. And they talk about ending white supremacy. But I just thought that was kind of interesting. Anyway,
I don't think John Singleton knew that.
yeah, he was like, these guys sound
Hey, they're
bad.
white.
Put it in.
So we are introduced to Kristen's roommate, Monet, who is a down-ass. She's just a down-ass black chick. She's just a black chick, played by Regina King.
Yeah. You mean she got the room with Riley from fucking Boondocks.
At a drunken frat party, we see a scene of Kristen and her fuck all ass friends, and we get a quick explanation of her backstory. You know, she came from money, but her parents lost their job, and they barely have enough to afford to bring her here. And we see that her friends are just a bunch of ain't shit people.
And they're just like they are not wanting for any money. They're like, why don't you just move out of the dorms and come live with us? And she's like, I can't afford it. And they're like, just get your parents to pay for it. I didn't give a shit.
So
Fuck you, lady.
later, Monet and Malik attend. Oh, black ass name.
Yeah, and their friend Alizé and Tangeray. Come on, man. Goddamn.
Monet and Malik attend a dorm party hosted by Fudge, played by Ice Cube. Fudge is an Afrocentric, hyper-militant black man. Is Fudge Hotep?
A little bit.
Yeah, he's a little Hotep.
He's a little Hotep, but he's pretty knowledgeable about a lot of things, actually.
Yeah.
He's
the things that
actually,
he says are super hotep, but they're not dumb. Like, it's the part of hotep that we all kind of are, and then it hits that line where it's like, drink alkaline water, and you're like, nope. I was down for educating ourselves. That's cool. You're right.
Now, watching the movie, I realized he basically just pulled the entire cast from fucking Boys in the Hood.
pretty much.
The whole cast.
Yeah, actually, that's true.
You got Lawrence Fishburne, Ice Cube.
It even has Ricky.
Yep.
Yeah, he was in there for like 5 minutes. I was like, what the fuck? So you made it to college. So this is like Boys in the Hood, the college year.
They all make it out.
Survived that gunshot wound. Huh?
He's like, oh, no, I'm doing good, though. Leading the track team.
Didn't fuck up my legs.
Remy is Fudge's roommate, and he is upset about the loud rap music that is playing at this college party. So he flags down an all-white campus security team to break up the party. Fudge is upset that lead officer, his name is Officer Rex Ryan. he looks like Rex Ryan to me.
He does.
He comes down hard on the black students, but allows the room down the hall to continue playing their hillbilly music.
Yeah,
Ice Cube's words. Kristen, while walking at home, meets Jennifer Connelly's character, Taryn, a junior who warns her about walking at home, late at night. Like, you see these? These are the blue light system. And she was like, oh, I thought they were just pretty. It's like, no, they're to lead you to a phone in case you get raped. Like, all right.
Yeah, and so begins the seeds of her, like, kind of pulling her to a lesbianic relationship.
Right.
Which I think that's hilarious because it's 1995 and Jennifer Connelly's character being a lesbian is like, whoa. It's like mind blowing. Like, there's a scene of them holding hands later in the movie and everyone's like, oh. Dude, who gives a shit? And can you imagine in 2016 be like, oh, well, I'd be like, who cares?
I can't imagine people still do that shit.
That's amazing to me. On a college campus, who gives a fuck?
Well, probably college campus, they wouldn't give a fuck.
It's like, what, you haven't slept with someone of the same sex? That's weird, Like, yeah, people are way more open than they were in 95. Like, that goes to show you how far we've come, in conversations about sex in 21 years.
Yeah. So we quickly meet Malik's roommate, Wayne. He's just a dude. White guy. Just a dude.
Yeah, he literally is just a guy.
He's just a dude. He's I guess, to illustrate the normal white people, because we got a lot of Nazis in this thing.
Yeah, like you gotta have a fucking calm point, right? Like,
right. He's the control.
He's the control, right? Everyone else is full on the other end. At least you got one.
We get a scene on campus of Fudge doing what I do, and I think a lot of other people do, and
drugs?
That is putting people together in their racial cliques and then naming them like stereotypical things. Like, he sees the Asian people, and he's like, you see that over there? That's Chinatown. And
is this what you do in your head?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh no, I was just wondering because I just there they are.
And I forget what he called the white people. It was like, well, that's like the North Pole. And
yeah, it was something like ridiculous like that.
Something weird, man. And
Abercrombie and Fitch.
And he was like, and us over here, we the black hole, because we black people.
I was like, yeah, I got that.
I kind of got it.
Right. Fudge, a man of the obvious.
All right, so class is in session, right? And we see Malik and Kristen have the same, they don't know each other, but they have the same political science 101 class taught by.
Well, they've met before that class, right?
They met before in the class in the elevator. And this was very early on. Like, she just got there and she's on the elevator and Malik, comes in and he pulls the elevator open, he gets in. And she just,
which is terrifying to a white woman in 1995. Oh my God, there's a black hand.
And she,
which is how they make it out.
As soon as he gets in, she just kind of moves over a little bit.
Yeah.
And she clutches her purse.
And then she clutches her purse, right? Like,
and he gives the classic, like, he looks down and he's like, he just shakes his head. See, 20 or 19-year-old me, I would have done what he did. 36-year-old me, I'd have been like, bitch, I don't want your purse. I would have said it. Fuck you, dude. Because at that point,
just be like,
we're already there.
Just be like, look,
Or just grab at it anyway.
What do you think?
Just jump at it.
What do you think clutching that purse is gonna do? If I really want that purse, I'm gonna take that purse.
Yeah, you know what? That's actually a better way to play it. But you know, you guys have a much deeper voice than I do. Go fuck yourselves. And
If I really want that purse,
right.
I'm gonna take that purse, lady.
And she would just start punching me. She's like, no, this isn't gonna work out.
Oh.
No, but I would just be like, you know, if I wanted to take that purse, and then I would lower my voice like, I'll take that purse. And then I would just get off the elevator. That's what I would do. That actually makes sense. But I would definitely say something. If somebody did that to me now, who cares? You're already at the point where we're on racial lines. Fuck it. I'm just gonna, good, I'll just like scare you. Like the jump at the first, that would be perfect. I'm like, oh shit.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
Clean your
walk
pants
off.
up. I'll see you later.
I don't know if I've ever had a woman clutch her purse on an elevator, or maybe I just never noticed it.
That's happened to me. Not on an elevator.
I've had a woman on an elevator like move over. Like she wasn't clutching her purse or whatever, but she moved over. I'm like, old lady, don't nobody want you.
You should have moved closer.
Hey, how you doing?
So you're like uncomfortably like in a corner. This is a long 12 floors we're riding.
Oh shit.
Like if
I
you
don't want to be next to you either, bitch.
that would be hilarious. So you just start moving over like until you're pressed against the wall
Right.
on the other side.
I'm gonna do that next.
Oh, I
time.
do that. If I see a white woman come past,
Right.
like I'll move over and look at her dead in the face. Right? Like I've done it. I've done it. I did it once.
Yeah.
I did it once when I was walking to the subway at my old job. I used to work in Virginia in Old Town Alexandria, like money.
Yeah.
And I'm walking around, and I got a. It wasn't the same day that I ruined Jack's comic book, but I had that bag. It had a hole in it, right? And I'm walking around, and I'm looking at my bag for something. You know, I'm pulling something
gun.
out, and this woman comes across, and I look at her, and she looks at me, and I put my bag over here like this, and then I start walking away, and then she looked at me like, "What?" Like.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I don't trust you.
Point made.
I don't trust you. I had a moment the other day. I was pulling into a parking lot, my wife and I, and we were in a parking lot that said like for customers of this particular business only, which that's what we were. And we're pulling in a parking lot, and this one was coming out of a building that was right next to it, and she was like staring, like as if she had never seen a black person drive a car before. It was like. Like, did you think I drove it with my feet? Like, it was weird. Like, she was so bizarre, and she was just staring. And I'm like, I have sunglasses on. I know you can't see my eyes, but I can see you. Like, is that how you think it works? And she was just staring. And so I was making a turn, and she was standing right there where she was about as far as Terrence is from me, like from my window, which was down. And I literally drove so, and I was like, hi. and she was just like, and just kept walking. I was like, I didn't know what was happening. It was so bizarre.
So Kristen and Malik are, they met each other, but they don't know each other. Right? And they're in the same class with Professor Maurice Phipps. And Professor Phipps, he's waxing philosophical, and he's like, can I get a volunteer? And that's about as good as Lawrence Fishburne's accent. Yeah. He's like, can I get a volunteer? And nobody raises their hand. He's like, that's the problem with you people, That's why America is in the state that it is in today.
And I would have been in the back, shut up, you're an immigrant. You're not even from here. I'm talking about my country. Stand for the anthem.
So Malik
why did he need to be like West Indian? Why? He could have just been a black professor.
Yeah, I don't know.
You think he was like, I want to do this accent?
Probably, he might have. Like some actors have, a little.
Like, I want to try this out?
Yeah, like, hey,
like they say Sam Jackson
picks
picks his wigs for his movies.
Really?
Yeah. That's what they say he does. He picks his hairstyles for the movies because he wants to have the most ridiculous hairstyles possible. So he just like, hey, I want to wear this wig for this particular role. Like, why?
Because I'm Sam Jackson.
And fuck you, that's why. So maybe he did, but I'm like, why? Okay.
I feel like he used that accent to get Gina Torres. I think he was working on it. He was like, trying to get this down to impress her.
Cleopatra 2020 at this point.
Yeah.
Yes, 25-25.
Whatever.
That show was terrible. Anyway,
It was very terrible, but she wasn't.
So he calls for volunteers. Malik eventually raises his hand and he says, all right, Malik, read these names. And Malik, he goes around and reads like Jimmy John and Bill Hader and Tim Roth and
I like he's just naming actors.
and Kristen Connor and Malik Williams. And he's like, all those people that he named, get out of my class because you haven't fulfilled your financial obligation to the school, and my class is not for free. And
life is not about, what is it? You don't get anything in life for free or something like that.
Right.
Is the statement.
Right. So he basically is just like, get out of here. So
That is a super fucked up way to do that, by the way.
it really is.
Hey,
Particularly,
all the poor kids, please stand up. What? Come on, man. Take it easy. God damn.
So Malik and Kristen each individually go to financial aid. Malik is told that he only has a partial athletic scholarship. He thought he had a full athletic scholarship. And Kristen is told that she will need to get a job. Dun, 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 dun. Fudge and his friend Dreads, played by Busta Rhymes.
Very, very mellow played. Like, just a very light touch of a character. Busta Rhymes, I thought, was totally reasonable. Wasn't over the top at all.
Busta Rhymes is very much Busta Rhymes.
Holy shit.
And I look, the character's name is Dreads. That's no more ridiculous than the name Busta Rhymes. So he was just playing himself.
I was waiting for him to just jump in and be like, yah, yah, yah. Like, at a certain point, like, why
He didn't
not?
do that at least like twice. Everything he said was just yelling.
Nobody hires Busta Rhymes to be in a movie to not play Busta Rhymes.
Yeah.
It's like Ice Cube. You're not hiring Ice Cube. Like, oh, look, we'd like you to play this. They're like, no, we're calling because we're looking for Busta Rhymes to just be in this scene. And he's ridiculous.
So Fudge and Dreads are in their dorm and they're playing loud music again, and it's disturbing Remy. And Remy, one testicle drops, right? And he's like, hey guys, I'm tired of you playing your music. Right?
It's a pretty good impression of you, by the way.
And then Ice Cube does what Ice Cube is wont to do and be angry and black. And that testicle jumped right back up into Remy. And Ice Cube basically says, Remy was like, how would you like it if I did that to you? And Ice Cube was like, you wouldn't, because I would whoop your ass.
He's like, oh,
And well,
you're right.
All right.
You know what? Asked and answered. Like, I'm not sure what else you're supposed to say to that.
Right. So Remy decides, all right, I can't live here anymore. So he finds another roommate.
Totally reasonable.
A Jewish kid named David.
Played by Adam Goldberg.
Played by Adam Goldberg. They got a real Jewish guy to play a Jewish guy. That's pretty awesome.
There's nobody more Jewish than Adam Goldberg, who played the lead character of Hebrew Hammer, the quote, the baddest Heb this side of Tel Aviv. That movie is fucking hilarious. You should watch it if you haven't.
So we have a clip here of Fudge and Malik talking about college and making it in America.
Before I show this clip, I just want to slam Micah specifically because when you wrote out the notes for this, you said they talked about collage, and I was like, what the fuck is that?
Oh, shit. Shit, it's right there.
I was like, I don't think that's what you mean, but okay.
Boy, I done mastered Monopoly. That's right. Oh, you bankrupt, G. I should have bought them apartments, man. I told you. Hey, why you going to this school?
Well, because that's what they say you need to do to make it in the country.
What's making?
Man, Fudge, your printer's out of paper.
Well, then go buy some more. What's making?
You know, getting a degree, making that long term.
Is that right? So you in it for the money or the knowledge? Check out this situation. You at a football game. Thousands of people there. All of them white. The American flag is right above your head. They're about to play the national anthem. All these people turn around and look you dead in your eye. What do?
I stand up. I'll probably be so embarrassed to, stand up, you know what I'm saying?
So they got you running for the school, huh?
Yeah, partial scholarship.
And if you don't run, you don't get no tuition, right?
That's the way the system goes.
Run, nigga, run.
Yeah, look, I like that scene. I thought it was pretty good. You really get a sense of Ice Cube's character, really, in that scene.
And I clipped it out specifically because of the whole national anthem thing.
Yeah. I thought that was like weirdly topical.
Right, like incredibly poignant, from 1995.
Right.
And it, for people who don't understand, the whole sitting for the national anthem thing, like it's you. I would argue that you don't even know why you stand.
Yes, I
just
agree
like
with
Malik. Malik is just, I guess I would stand because it's
you've been
what
brainwashed.
we're supposed to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I just found that incredibly ironic.
Yeah, I was kind of like
the times that
because you're the one who picked this movie, and I was kind of like, did he know this was in the movie? Like that is like bizarrely like dead on to the time. But one of the things I thought was interesting is your point. I think is good, which is most people don't even know why they stand.
Right.
Which then how the fuck are you so mad that other people don't? Because the people who don't generally have a reason because they've actually thought about it. It's funny, I was having a conversation with my brother-in-law about this the other day, both of my brother-in-laws, and one is a high school teacher and one is a college professor. And the high school teacher was like, because he didn't give a fuck, he was like, whatever I'm doing at the time that song comes on, he's like, I just keep doing it. I don't stand up for that. I don't stop. He's like, my kids in my class, he's like, they can if they want to. He's like, I don't. And he's a history teacher too, so.
Well.
Yeah, ding, ding, ding. He actually understands these things. And he was kind of like, yeah, I don't stand or whatever. He goes, and actually I do a thing, because he teaches US history, he goes, I often show the kids every year the video and images of these kids saluting the flag, and they're all saluting like this. And the kids are like, stupid Nazi kids. And he's like, those are kids in America before World War II, because that's how you saluted back then. And a lot of people don't know that, right? And so he goes, now go to your other classes when it's time to stand for the national anthem and do that. And just when they say something to you, be like, I'm just taking it back old school. He was like, I've been teaching for like 20 years. He's like, not one student ever tries it. Not one. I'd be like, that's a, probably don't do that. You probably get fucked up. But my other brother-in-law was.
Before you do that.
What's that?
You might want to go to the gym, bulk up a little bit.
Yeah. I'll take that risk. But my other brother-in-law who teaches college said that he thinks that kids should stand for it, which I was kind of like, really?
Why?
But he had an interesting point. He goes, because I think it's a time, he says, I think it's a time that they should be able to stand for it, but there should also be encouraged to not stand if you don't want to. Like you should educate them about why they stand, which I think is a good point. I push back on that because if you indoctrinate people at an early age, they don't ask questions. And that's the problem, is we're told you should stand for the national anthem. Why? Because you should stand for the national anthem. Well, that's not really an answer. But people don't even know why. They just do. Fucking, yes, sir, we'll fucking do it whatever way you want because they're told. But if you never told anyone to stand for it, they just wouldn't stand for it.
Right.
It's kind of interesting.
Right. We cut to a scene of Kristen meeting her just horrible friends.
They're garbage.
They really are. Like it's like the first thing they did when the friends spot Kristen first, they're like, ugh, look at her hair. Like, what's she still doing here? I thought she was broke. Oh, Becky, look at her butt.
You're right. By the way, her hair did look fucking terrible.
Blonde.
It looked awful.
Looked like a poodle.
Yeah, she looked awful. I'm with her friends on that. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Why did she dye her hair?
Because she's in college, man.
I guess.
not a good
Why did my wife shave her head in college? There's another thing. Didn't know that, did you?
Like shave it all?
Gone. She also wore the same outfit every day for an entire semester, as a proof of like how clothes like looks don't matter. Yeah. My wife is a crazy person, guys. You find out every other week.
I find that very ironic because your wife is very fashionable.
Right.
I know. She has like a fucking over 100 pairs of fucking high-heeled shoes, and I'm like,
why do you need that? But fine, whatever.
I've learned not to ask anymore. We met somebody who had 200, and I was like, well, I guess good in comparison. You're reasonable. So
they're at this frat party, and they get drunk, and everybody gets drunk. You're drunk. I'm drunk. Everybody's drunk. Right? Everybody's drunk.
Micah, never been drunk a day in his life. Go ahead. Tell us all about it.
That's how they talk, right?
Yeah. They all sound like old Ric Flair.
and drunk frat boys take advantage of drunk white girls, and
so a Saturday night at every college everywhere.
Yeah. Unfortunately, and a frat boy named Billy. He rapes Kristen.
This scene, one, really pissed me off.
Yeah.
One, it's rape, and that's disgusting and awful in its own right. But two, he rapes her because they're like getting hot and heavy, and she's like, oh, okay, I'll just go put a condom on. He's like, no, I feel like it. Like, I'm just going to rape you.
Yeah, hold on.
Dude.
That's what he said.
Oh, you're like, hold on, I'm almost done.
Like, dude, it was literally 2 feet away.
Right.
Just get up, put it on, and then you can have all the sex, all the legitimate, reasonable, don't go to jail sex you want.
Right.
I mean, for probably 3 minutes, because, you're a loser. But, but 3 solid minutes of legal sex. I was like, come on, Jesus.
And then that goes to the...
Good decision choice.
I mean, I'm curious as to his thought process, right? Because at first she was down for it, right? And then she said, hey, get a condom. He kept going. And then she said no. And I'm wondering if that character, like I would have loved to expound upon what consent is and what rape is in the movie.
Yeah, good point.
Because, yeah, it's rape, guys. Like, it's like, but a lot of people don't know that, Nate Parker. A lot of people don't know that.
Audience who defends him?
So,
I mean, but that is actually a very good point. Is, yeah, she said yes. And like, or she didn't explicitly say yes, but it was clear that the consent was there, right? It was like, all right, let's rock and roll. And then dude was like, well, I don't want to get a condom, but I already got the go ahead, so I'm fucking rounding third. Yeah, but when she says no, even if you are in mid-coitus, you stop.
Right.
But some would argue, well, yo, she already was down, so I was trying to get my rape on. Like, what the fuck, dude? It ain't that hard. We've discussed this on A Different World. They've already done this.
Right. So Kristen runs out crying, and Billy runs out with his pants around his ankles, and everyone starts laughing at him, and awkward-ass Remy is like, hey, bro, did you give it to her? Huh? Did you give it to her good? Huh? And then the guy's like,
what the fuck?
Right. Like, hey,
get out of my face.
Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, get out of here.
I just finished raping this girl, okay? I'm a little shooken up about it.
What's wrong, man? You just got laid. You should be happy, right? I'm like Rapaport. I listen to Tribe Called Quest, guys. Fuck like Rapaport, man.
Like his character was fucking bizarre.
His character was very bizarre.
Well,
I felt bad for the character, but at the same time, Michael Rapaport was playing. It's like,
if only it was Leonardo DiCaprio, you'd have been fine.
Yeah.
Now, okay, here's an interesting question. You say you kind of felt bad for the character. And I think this goes a long way into making his fall that much more interesting.
Yeah.
Because there is a part of his character, even though he ends up being a fucking white supremacist and blah, 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 all that shit. Spoiler alert for fucking 21 years ago. But all of that happens. But in the beginning, I'm like, oh, he's just an awkward, weird guy.
Yeah, he's looking for a place to belong.
Right. Which I think is what all three of the main characters are. Right. I think all three of them have a similar view of college and what the college experience is, which is it is supposed to teach you how to learn, according to West Indian Lawrence Fishburne. Jamaican fire horns. And I kind of want that. It should play behind every one of his platitudes. But you have that whole thing, but at the same time, John Singleton was able to make me feel something for him before he makes that fall. Which compare that to School Days, where the villains like Carlo Esposito's character, who's clearly the villain of the movie, I don't feel anything for him because there is never a moment of quote unquote sympathy for that character. There's never like, oh, well, that guy's like, maybe his parents treat him like shit and like that's why he's the way he is to compensate for that. There's nothing. He's just a villain from beginning to end and there's no arc for him. Right. Where Rapaport you actually feel bad for and then you super do not feel bad for him later on. And you're like, put the fucking gun in your mouth. Fine, let me do it, Right. But you get some level of, his isn't so much an arc as it's more of a that kind of just stays on the bottom. Yeah. So, I thought that was interesting because I actually do feel bad for the character in the beginning.
Yeah. So Kristen runs back to her dorm. Monet finds Kristen crying on her bed. Billy calls the dorm to try and talk to Kristen. Monet picks up the phone and is like, she's not here. And Billy's like, I hear her in the background. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. She ain't here. Just put her on the phone, you black bitch. I'm like, what you just say?
Yeah, you done fucked up.
You done fucked up, bruh. So Monet goes to Fudge, and Fudge does that Ice Cube thing. It's like, huh. And then the next scene is the black student, the black hole, coming in to envelop this frat house.
Yeah. Now look, there's part of me that really liked. Well, one, I love that they like grabbed the guy out of the frat house. It's like fucking standing applause. Like that was great.
Oh, we have that apology.
Yeah, it's excellent. But I like the fact that they kind of rolled, like showing black solidarity. Like he didn't hit Regina King's character. He didn't physically do anything. He just called her a black bitch, and that was enough. They were like, fucking let's roll, dude. They were on that shit, and they immediately go to the frat house, which I appreciate it, because I feel like that's kind of true to form with black people, at least specifically. I mean, I can only speak for us specifically. Like, we might have all sorts of issues with each other and all that other shit. Don't you? It's like, that's my brother. You don't get to say the shit about it. Like, we are very much like that as a community.
Exactly. Yeah, we know black on black crime exists, but guess what? Like, we are going to protect our own first.
Yeah. We're going to deal with all that shit.
We're going to deal with all our, it's just like a family. Like, you deal with whatever issues you might have inside your family, but you ain't going to let somebody else talk about your family.
No, you can't do that.
Exactly.
That would be like a presidential candidate and a right-wing person on Fox News having a summit about black people, and none of them are black. That's weird. I can't imagine. Black people would probably be pissed about that.
I felt the scene was like, I'm glad they went in after they called her a black bitch, but like, I feel like they grabbed that dude up for the wrong reason.
I agree with that.
I was like, because I thought they went because she told him what they did to her.
Right, she did.
And I was like, that was the least of the problems that they have.
I agree with that. I was hoping, because I didn't remember like all the super details of that scene.
Right.
I was like, oh shit, like they're kind of riding.
Ass for raping her, and then she was like, oh, you called her a black bitch? I'm like, well, that's not the fucking reason I thought you was going here for.
Yeah. I was hoping that they were going to ride for Kristen because she was with them.
But Kristen didn't say anything.
I know.
Which is kind of it's almost implied.
Right.
It is implied, but,
But when the cops show up, if she had said, hey, they were defending me because this guy raped me earlier, that would have been a completely different dynamic. And it actually would have set for an interesting dynamic in the movie, that here these race relations are all a mess on this campus, but here is this group of black students who are defending this white chick because she's being taken advantage of, no matter what. But it would fuck up the dynamic of what the movie actually is.
But would Officer Rex Ryan believe the white girl? I don't think he would.
That's the thing. Like, cops still don't believe women when they tell them they've been raped.
Exactly.
And this was 20 years ago.
Right.
Well, maybe if she had, what's the guy who raped her? Billy?
Billy.
Well, was Billy trying to buy NBC or no? That's a Cosby joke.
Just play the apology. Just play the apology.
Oh, yeah, let's play that clip.
Shut the fuck, man. You just put my boot in your fucking mouth. I heard you've been disrespecting black women.
What? No, man, I haven't either.
Yeah, you call me a black bitch and you gonna get your ass kicked.
No, come on, man. Look, listen to me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, okay?
Apologize to her.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so
Yo,
sorry.
fuck that. We need to just bust this shit.
No, listen. Come on, please, man. Please.
Shut up. Here's what I want you to say. I want you to say, I apologize. Beautiful black woman, mother of the earth, queen of the universe.
I'm sorry. I apologize, black mother of
Get
the
it
universe.
right. Yeah, get it right.
Oh, man, I can't remember all that. I'm sorry.
All right, what's going on?
Officer, these gang members walked into our house and dragged our frat brother out for no reason.
Yo, what the fuck you talking about, white boy? What the fuck you calling gang members? You know we go to school here too?
All right, enough.
Fuck, come over there and rip your ass off them stairs.
I know you. Everybody else, let's come out with the IDs.
You don't need to see nobody ID. Don't show them nothing.
Wait. Everything's okay now. I mean, it's just a little misunderstanding. We're cool now, right? We're cool, right?
Hope you're gonna break up their party like you did ours.
So I got a question.
Yes.
What is Busta Rhymes' major? What? I mean, he said he goes to the school.
He's pre-med. He's pre-med. Yo, I'm the new doctor. Like,
I was just curious, man.
Communication.
he's a communications major. That's hilarious. Public speaking.
Oh shit! As
That's a
Fudge,
solid question.
I'm just saying, man. As Fudge and Dreads leave the party, they see Remy and they mock him. And Remy is a sad sack and a born follower. This is, I think, where he is starting to hate people that don't look like him.
Yeah, I would say that's the beginning of the fall.
Eventually, Kristen joins Taryn's student group on harmony between the races and all the cliques. Meanwhile, Remy is becoming more isolated. And we see a scene of Remy sitting like on some steps, on some, like, I love the photography in the scene. Remy who represents the, white man who doesn't know his place in the world.
Right.
Is sitting on the steps of a college underneath a gigantic American flag. And
no symbolism there.
Right. And all of a sudden, here comes Scott, who is a neo-Nazi, and invites him to just have some drinks.
So I think it is absolutely the worst thing in the world. We've made fun of this. When people's characters' names are the same as their real name, it's like it goes to show you, like, they choose that because they can't answer to another name. It's like,
right.
Yeah, hey, yeah, it's me. I'm John. However, Cole Hauser should have something in his contract. He's the guy who plays the neo-Nazi. He should have something in his contract that says his name should be Cole Hauser and everything, because Cole Hauser is a fucking badass name.
Especially for a Nazi.
Yeah, hi, I'm neo-Nazi Cole Hauser. Like, yeah, you are, dude. That's super fucking German. Super German. Like, that's a badass name. Like, he should play a villain in everything.
I really like Cole Hauser.
He's a good fucking actor.
He really is. He's got a very unique voice, and I think he's a solid actor.
His way of speaking is very specific.
Yeah.
It's like drawn out and slow, but you're just like, this guy is up to some shit. He can't ever be like, hi, I'm the hero, Cole Hauser's like, no, you're not. No, you're the guy pretending to be the hero who's going to kill me in my sleep. You're a bad guy. He is stereotyped as a villain, and I'm fine with that.
So Cole Hauser's character, Cole Hauser, a white supremacist neo-Nazi, invites Remy to come hang with him and his fellow Nazi friends, Eric with a K.
How many? Asking questions.
James and the muscle of the group, Nako.
Do you know who he is? Do you recognize him?
Nako?
Yeah.
No.
So in front of one of your favorite movies. That's fucking Zangief from Street Fighter.
Oh shit! Really?
Yep. He was the big linebacker guy from the program who was doing steroids. Yeah. He pops up in a number of movies.
Oh, that's very cool.
I like that guy. Like, he's not a very good actor, but like, I just kind of like that guy. He's always there just to be the muscle.
Yeah.
The idiot muscle. And he's the idiot muscle in Street Fighter. He's the idiot muscle in the program. And he's the idiot muscle here.
Apparently,
Giant swastika tattooed on his chest.
Most of the neo-Nazi skinheads in the movie were played by Jewish actors.
How ironic. That's funny.
Wow.
Not Adam Goldberg.
Right.
Not a neo-Nazi.
Later on in the movie, Kristen eventually opens up to Taryn about her rape. Taryn encourages her to report the rape and attempts to console her. Some time goes by, and Kristen slowly realizes that she is starting to become attracted to Taryn.
Jennifer Connelly was really, who plays Taryn, was really like she was like the hot chick of the moment around this time too.
Yeah, she was. Malik confronts Professor Phipps about a paper, arguing for a better grade. Phipps is like, you don't know how to spell. I cannot possibly give you any higher than average because you don't know how to spell words.
Like 1995, dude, they had Microsoft Word. Like they had spell check, man. Like, come on now. So, I mean, he basically did a nice version of what is it? Joe from Lean On Me. It's like, these kids can't even read.
Right.
Like, yeah, he could have been way meaner. Like,
right.
You couldn't put two sentences together. Like, and you graduated high school. How shitty is your school, man? Showing the black people go to schools that are not so great, all that, to him not being able to spell words.
So Malik is pissed, right? And Malik has been being fed. Malik is being influenced by Ice Cube's character, Fudge, right? Yeah. And Malik is starting to become...
He's been fed some fudge. Some Hotep fudge.
He's becoming more militant by the day. Right. And Malik is pissed, and he calls Professor Phipps a sellout. And Professor Phipps does not like that.
Sellout. Mr. Williams.
So, Mr. Williams thinks I am an Uncle Tom. Well. What does that have to do with your ability to place a comma in its proper place or put a period at the end of a sentence?
Look.
Would you care for a peppermint?
No, thank you. Look, man, I feel like you're trying to use that reverse treatment on me because I'm one of the only black faces in your class. You know, that's why you're always messing with me.
Mr. Williams, I treat everyone in my course exactly the same. And I will continue to give you a difficult time until you have proven that you deserve otherwise. Those are the rules of the game.
It's a fucked up game.
Please watch your language. Young man, you have to rid yourself of this attitude that the world owes you something. You must strip yourself of that mentality. It breeds laziness. It is laziness, Mr. Williams, that has kept black people down in this country.
I don't think like that. All right, man, it's just... Look, I don't need one of my own trying to treat me like I'm the enemy.
The enemy? Who is the enemy, Mr. Williams? One man with a white beard who sits behind his desk pushing buttons that control the fate of the entire world? No, that is not reality. That is the Wizard of Oz.
No, man. I mean, anybody. White, black. Anybody who gets in the way of my progress.
I am not in your way. I did not ask you to come to this university, nor am I here to motivate you. Your own presence should be motivation enough. I have nothing to prove, unlike you.
I don't have anything to prove. Who do I have something to prove to?
Yourself. Good afternoon, Mr. Williams.
So, one, I appreciated Lawrence Fishburne's Frederick Douglass-esque look that he's chosen for this role.
Yeah, maybe that's what got him his NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Supporting Actor.
What?
He won an NAACP Image Award for this movie for his
I mean,
portrayal
he was fine.
as Mr. Phipps.
Really?
Yeah. The NAACP is
They just be throwing
out
Get the
awards.
fuck out of here.
Like,
That wasn't that.
come
Ice
on.
Cube was nominated for the award also.
For what?
Same award.
He should have gotten it
Outstanding
before Phipps got it, or before Fishburne got it.
What else came out this year?
But he didn't put out. He didn't
Apparently.
put West Indian accent on.
There's a movie where somebody sent it to us where Ice Cube plays a guy who grew up in Africa for a bit and then goes and lives in the U.S. and then goes back to Africa to like fight for his family. He doesn't even have an accent in that movie.
He's just fucking.
He's just fucking Ice Cube
fucking
from Compton.
California.
I was we gotta find. I forget what the name of the movie. We'll have to
Ice Cube
find it.
born in
Ice
Africa.
Cube fighting in Africa. Who don't want to see that movie? Come on, that's just genius. I mean, look, there's a point to that scene that I think is kind of interesting. That Phipps says, you know, black people being laziness is part of the reason why black people are the way they are. You believe that? I think that's true.
Laziness?
That's what he says as he's smoking a pipe.
He smoked a lot in this movie. A pipe.
Who knows what's in it?
Laziness? No.
Ganja.
Don't do that.
Laziness? Absolutely not. Because we work very hard. The problem is the opportunities are not as plentiful.
That's a very Ben Carson thing to say.
I thought it was
really hard.
I thought it was a pretty conservative thing to say, by the way.
Yeah.
Like a very conservative view of black
That's how
people.
they see us. They see us as lazy, but no, we just got to work twice as hard. Like, that's the truth. Like, it's the fucking truth. We have to work twice as hard to get to, unless you're well off to begin with, and that's not necessarily the case when it comes to black families. We've been over this.
Right, but I'm confused.
Fucking
How the
Lawrence
fuck
Fishburne,
are
you
we
stupid-ass
lazy
accent.
when you used us for free labor to build the country?
You lazy motherfuckers.
You guys are so lazy. Like, aren't white people pretty lazy? Like,
right.
You just grabbed a bunch of free workers. Not only you're lazy, you're cheap. You couldn't even afford to pay
You
us.
cheap, lazy motherfucker.
Yeah, like, how the
Yeah.
fuck did we get, oh, Mexicans are lazy.
Like,
Dude,
no, they're not.
No, they're not.
They can build a kitchen in 20 minutes,
Yeah, are you kidding?
and it will not fall apart.
So I keep hiring them. I mean, sorry. Sorry, not sorry. God bless them. Come to this country. We need your help. So, yeah, I just thought that was kind of a weirdly kind of right-wing
Well, he's from
view
the
of
West Indies, and he's a friggin' professor, so he worked his way up.
Right.
So that's why he
That's
sees
better.
them as lazy.
He's got the-
Yeah.
Like, I
that's
did
a-
it, so why
that's
can't
fair.
you do it? Like, okay, fine. Good for you. You did it.
Yeah, that's called anecdotal evidence. That's not really, that doesn't really work for the large swath of 13% of the population.
And you're an
It doesn't.
immigrant.
Yeah.
You weren't born here.
Yeah, and there are a lot of programs that are specifically for immigrants, even black immigrants. That's why it's easier to come into this country from India or Korea or something like that and start a business. It is. And black people aren't educated about those things because don't nobody tell us shit. They don't even tell poor white people that shit. You think they're gonna tell us? Fuck no. So, yeah, just saying. Donate to the show, everybody. We're a business.
When Malik's teammates confront him for his poor performance at a track meet, apparently he was the weak leg in a relay.
Yeah. Morris Chestnut.
He responds with Fudge's militant Hotep ideology. So there's this track scene, and they're running, and Malik is the weak leg, and they end up losing the race. And there's a scene with stupid ass Morris Chestnut, Morris Chestnutting it up, and
Did he lick his lips at all? He did not.
I don't think he did, but well, maybe he did when he was with his white girlfriend.
Yeah. By the way, that was I was like, really? We just throwing dirt on
Funny.
interracial relationships?
Apparently, so
like
and I point that out because we see a shot of Morris Chestnut, booed up with his blonde-haired, white girlfriend.
Right.
And he's this Star Trek athlete, right? Because stereotypes. And Malik is talking to Deja, Tyra Banks' character, who is also a track star, and he's,
and her forehead.
Look at that sellout with his cave bitch. Like,
that was like,
whoa, bro, what the fuck?
Take it easy.
Calm down, man.
Like, we get it. You don't like the guy. She didn't do anything. Also, really, like, white women are cave bitches? Is that a thing?
Like, don't that upset you as a beautiful black queen? Like, no.
Well, she gave the best response. I don't want him. What the fuck do I care? Which is the exact response anyone should give. I don't want to date them, so why would I give a fuck? Who gives a fuck?
And I mean, a lot of discrimination can be, just resolved by those two words. Like, why are those gay people getting married? Who cares?
Right. It doesn't affect you.
Why that black man dating that white girl? Who cares?
Right.
I don't know.
Why is that black woman dating that white guy? Wait a minute. That's unacceptable.
I mean, you can date all you want. I don't want to see it.
That's not the type of interracial porn I'm into. I don't appreciate it. It's so silly. Like, it would be so ridiculous to have that viewpoint. Like, no, one is okay. Yeah, but people do have that view. Yeah. They do.
Well,
like,
people are fucking dumb, man.
Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, look, let's be honest. Like, when it comes to porn, I watch one, I don't watch the other.
Well, yeah, but, you gotta be a really good looking woman for me to watch the other. You gotta be super attractive.
Yeah, you probably have other scenes. I'll catch this.
Y'all are fucking ridiculous.
Don't act like you don't believe it. Get out of here.
Porn.
It's like, let's move on, yeah. Terrence doesn't watch porn.
So so Malik and Deja spend some time together, and eventually they start dating. We cut to a scene of Remy spending more time with Scott and his Nazi gang.
On campus.
On campus.
Yeah, can we talk about this?
I don't think that's how that works.
You can't just, look, there's a later scene that I was like, that is not a thing that would ever happen. But like, they're just straight, like, they're obvious neo-Nazis.
Right.
They got the shaved heads, the particular look with the fucking suspenders off the back. I'm like, if I'm the
Doc Marten boots.
They have iron crosses around their necks.
Yeah, if I'm the president of the school, I'm like, hey, come here a second. You're kicked out. Go.
Get out.
Fuck off. You're done. Oh, you're discriminating against us. Yeah, I know you're Nazis.
Know.
It's cool. Like, tell me you love black women. Okay, yeah, get out. You're a racist. Be gone.
Oh, God.
That was just so funny. I was like, they're just like
hanging around.
Why don't they just have swastika armbands at that point? Wait, that comes later. Anyway, go ahead. But that's inside their room.
So Scott preaches his racist beliefs, and Remy is slowly being convinced that the white man is endangered. And he shaves his head eventually and joins Scott's group. Here's some dialogue between Scott and Remy.
How do you feel knowing that this country doesn't belong to you any longer? I mean, what do you think of that? How do you feel knowing that when you graduate from college, you might not be able to get a job because of the color of your fucking skin?
Because it's a fucking quota.
People don't realize how far down the drain America's gone. What do you think about that, Remy?
Guess I never thought about that, man. It's different here than I thought it was gonna be, you know? It seems like everybody's sticking to their own, taking up for their own. I don't know anybody down here. I don't know, it's different, man, you know? All I got is me.
No, man. And me. We're brothers by blood.
Yeah. You got me too, Remy.
Oh, I think I'm gonna cry.
Hey, shut the fuck up over there, Narco. Show the man some respect, you know what I mean?
That's cool, Scott.
That ain't right. That's pure fucking Aryan blood you're talking to right there.
No, you're right. This is brotherhood, Remy. Welcome home.
Thanks. You see, Remy, this is your family now. And if there should be anything at all that you want to talk about, then I want you to come to me. I want you to come to us. Because if there's one thing that I want you to leave this room thinking about tonight, is that we take care of our own.
So this scene, it is very ominous. Like, the shooting is very...
I mean, like, could you, like, you don't really need to make Nazis look any more menacing, right?
It looks like a lair from a video game. Right. Like, that's like the final lair that you can walk into. It's like SWAT stickers on the ground.
It was like fighting Hitler in Wolfenstein.
Exactly.
Right. They got like banners all over. Like, what? Come on, man. First of all, how big is this dorm room? Come on, dude. Like,
where do you buy... Here's my question. Where do you buy Nazi banners anymore? Like, is there a website?
Oh,
this is 95.
Yeah,
so
get them on Amazon?
I don't think Amazon was a thing just yet. Yeah, Amazon wouldn't even sell that.
Amazon.gr? I'm just asking.
Yeah, where the hell would you get it? I guess you'd have to go to like the Nazi store.
Yeah.
Before you come to college.
Yeah, you gotta pick it up.
And stash it in your steamer trunk. Didn't he sound like a friggin' villain from like the 1940s?
Yeah.
With his voice, it was very bizarre.
I like Cole Hauser a lot, though. Yeah. Like, I could watch that guy be a villain in anything. Like, I mean, no offense to Cole Hauser, you make a pretty good Nazi. Like, you do.
Like, he played him Nazi in this, and there was another movie he played a Nazi in as well.
Cole Hauser might be a Nazi, guys.
I mean...
His name is Cole Hauser.
His name is Cole Hauser.
That's a video game name as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like the idea at the end. He's like, you can come talk to us about anything. What if, like, later in the movie, he's like, well, actually, guys, I do have something to talk to you about. So I've been dating this black girl. Is it cool? Can I bring her here? Can we hang out? No, it's like, oh, okay. I just want to ask. Just ask questions.
So, we cut to a scene of Deja teaching Malik how to read.
Here's how you put two sentences.
She straight up said, run on, misspelling, fragment. Like, what are you doing? Like, I want to date you, but you're dumb.
Yeah.
You're going to work on that.
Yeah, she basically said, smarten up if you want to see any of this naked.
That'll work.
So,
yeah, you're like, you know what?
Right.
Get these paragraphs.
Fail check.
Hard, dude.
Malik turns in his new paper to Mr. Phipps. Mr. Phipps is like, did you write this paper? And he was like, of course I wrote it. Yeah, I wrote it. I mean, I had somebody, fix all the errors in it, but I wrote it.
Give me ideas and how to put two sentences together using transitional words, because that was a specific thing
she said. You have to use transitional phrases.
And stop using the same word over and over again. I go to school. I like it here. I am a student. I am going to graduate.
I go to school. Therefore, I like it here. Therefore, it is a great place to be. Therefore, like.
Moreover,
cut that shit out.
However, I wanted to see that first paper so bad.
I feel as though there's a lot of things that they used when I went to school. I feel as though that's how everyone answered the question.
I feel as though.
I feel as though, like, all right, nigga, shut up.
Right.
That's your go-to to try to sound smart.
That's the mark of an idiot right there.
I feel as though.
See, what I'm saying is, I feel as though, right, like, you might not be able to understand how I'm feeling at the moment, because I feel as though, like, nah, man, get out of here.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I mean. We cut to Remy now.
That's so true, by the way. It is the last bastion of an idiot. Yeah, I feel as though. ...
We cut to Remy, now with a shaved head, studying in the library, and he's flanked on all sides by all different kinds of diversity.
Ugh, disgusting.
And he starts to feel some sort of way about it. He looks over, and there's this Asian guy minding his business. And he looks over, and there's this Mexican guy minding his business. And then, lo and behold, a minority woman in front of him. Jesus Christ, like, where are all the white guys in Columbus University?
But not only that, the very first person he looks to, I think his right or something, or his left, is a black guy, because he's having trouble with a class, like he's having trouble understanding whatever he's reading, and the black guy's like right, no problem understanding. He's like, motherfucker, this guy's black and smarter than me. Well, it's not his fault. You're an idiot. Straighten up.
After attending a rape awareness rally with Taryn, Kristen asks to spend the night. Taryn says, nah, wanting Kristen to make sure that she knows what she's doing. You see, Taryn is a lesbian. Oh, yeah. And Kristen is greedy. We'll find that out later.
Greedy. She just wants everything.
Malik. We cut to Malik and Deja.
I think you mean Malik, right? Isn't that how Remy refers to him constantly, as Malik?
Malik. God damn it. We cut to Malik and Deja, and Malik starts spitting some nonsense to her about black men and you're a black woman and you don't know what it's like.
He doesn't say you're a black woman, if you notice. We'll play that clip.
I'm tired of running and studying. It's too hard to do both. I feel like a slave. These people, they wouldn't give a fuck about me if I wasn't running for this school. Tired of feeling like a thoroughbred. I ain't nobody's horse.
Why you always gotta take stuff so far? There are people that would die to be where you are right now, and you tripping. Malik, you have the opportunity to go to school. And it's here. So just take it.
Same. I don't see security stopping you on campus to see your ID. You all honky-dory with your scholarship. They'll let that harmless black woman through easier than a man.
Oh, so you think I got it easy?
Hell yeah, I think you got it easy. Easier than me.
You know them girls I stay with?
Yeah.
Every single time something comes up missing, who you think they look at? Huh? Who you think they look at?
And?
I feel like fighting. I feel like beating people up.
So why don't you?
It's a waste of time. Instead, I fight with this. And I'm getting mine. But you gotta stop doing this all the time and start doing this. And quit worrying about what people are thinking about your ass.
Yeah. But it still ain't the same. Listen. You a woman. I'm a black man. You're safe. I'm a threat, educated or not.
You ain't educated yet. Crazy.
So right after, I just thought that, like, you don't understand what it's like. I'm a black man. You're a black woman. You have it way easier.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Dude, she's a double minority. Get out of here.
Right.
No. And look, here's the thing. Yeah, he says, I'm a black man and you're a woman. Which I thought, I mean, yeah, you could say, oh, he's, he means black woman. But I thought that was an interesting turn of phrase. That he sees himself as a black man, but he sees her as only a woman, and that her being a woman somehow negates issues of being black. Which I think a lot of black men make that mistake too. Yeah. No, dude, it's twice as bad. Nobody gives a fuck about black women and the shit they go through. And especially in America, nobody gives a shit. They're either hypersexualized or told they're ugly, or, like, all the things that we're told,
they are,
and then to all the shitty things that are told about women, period.
Right.
Add on to that. It's craziness.
They are at the same time everything and nothing, right? They are hypersexualized, like you said. They are grotesquely ugly if they're too black. Oh, you're black. Oh, hey, you're attractive because you have tan skin. Oh, well, nope, no.
You hit the line.
Nope. Yeah. So it's you can be strong. You are too strong, right? but you're not strong enough. Like, I never understand it. I never understand it. And I don't understand how black dudes can go up to a black woman and just be like, you don't know what it's like.
Like, yeah, you don't know what it's like to be a black man. That's true. I don't know what it's like to be a black woman.
Right.
Like, it's as simple as that. Like, we all have our different perspectives. I mean, John Lewis, congressman and famous civil rights advocate, he came out the other day and was like, black women did all the heavy lifting during the civil rights movement. I was like, some people are like, oh, that was big news. I'm like, yeah, of course. Because black women have been doing the heavy lifting in us getting out of slavery since slavery.
Right.
I mean, and women have been doing the heavy lifting in families and shit since the beginning of time because they take care of children and things like that. Yeah, of course. I'm like, I'm not surprised by that. Yeah, did Martin Luther King give great speeches and get people going? Yeah, but there were black women doing a lot of shit in the background and not getting a lot of fucking credit.
Right.
So yeah, of course. But yeah, his comments, they kind of pissed me off a little bit, I have to say. And then and then they started making out, and fucking Tony came on. And I was like, oh, all is forgiven. I'm a black person. When I hear that certain style of music, I can't help but feel a little good inside.
There you go.
And this is where they have like this sort of sex montage.
It's a montage of training and fucking.
Yeah.
Like they're training for the track meet, and then
they're training to make a baby.
Right.
What Tony song was it?
I don't remember what it was. I don't know, but it was a good one. That I do remember. So it's a good one. But it was just really funny because the sex scene, I was like, this is a little weird. Like I just remember like there's a couple parts I was like, you could shoot this better, or like this
Who you critiquing the sex scene?
Like no,
I
it
like
was
the lighting.
like it was a little over the top. Like some parts I was like, okay.
A little too much bare back.
No, I don't care about that. That doesn't bother me. No, it was like the scene where I was gonna say Jada Pinkett. Tyra Banks is like licking Malik's
nipple. Yeah,
that was a little weird. And she's like, I was like, all right. Like, it was a little odd.
I was like, wow, that was interesting choice.
It was a little jarring.
It was very strange. I will say that.
I was like, you could just stick to the kissing. Yeah.
Hey, sweetheart, pretend that's my nipple you're licking.
Yeah, like,
what are you
right, because she's like,
she's dating him at the time.
Right, yeah, it was just, that part I just found out, I was like, it was an odd,
yeah, it was.
An odd artistic choice. This was so strange.
Oh, man. Next scene.
You thought I was fucking weird, but you agreed.
No, I was just like,
because you were like, what are you talking about? You're like, oh.
Yeah, I was like, I'm surprised they put that in there. All right.
John Singleton had a second unit director do that. He wasn't there that day, and she was like, let me try something. I do like me some Omar Epps. Let's go. He saw that final cut, and he was like, you lucky I can't edit this.
So we go from Tyra Banks licking Omar Epps' nipple to Cole Hauser showing Michael Rapaport a bunch of guns in their Nazi dungeon. And they
I think that's a clear like reasonable
that is
change
juxtaposition, folks. That is
black
the
love,
definition of
white
that word.
death.
So Scott shows Remy a bunch of guns that he got from his friend in law enforcement. And we get a little bit of exposition on Remy's life before college. Basically, like, Remy is like, oh, my dad took me out shooting, and I know how to handle a gun. Meanwhile, he does the first thing that you're not supposed to do with a gun, and that's pointed at someone.
Hey, it's got a laser
I can never miss. Don't worry, I know how to handle a gun. And Cole is like, don't you ever point that fucking gun at me ever again.
He's like, oh, sorry about that. That was hilarious. I'm great with guns. It's like, don't do that.
Right, and then does the one thing you're not supposed to do.
He might as well just put it to his head. I wonder if there's a bullet in here. I'm great.
Wonder how far back this barrel goes. So we get another scene. It's an intercut scene of Kristen having sex with Taryn and Wayne.
Oh yeah.
And Taryn and Wayne are unaware that Kristen is having sex with the other person. Like, I like the way the scene is intercut.
Yeah, because Wayne has long hair, so there's some moments where I was like,
I didn't know the difference.
Yeah, I was like,
what the fuck is going on?
Like, which
here?
one? Oh, okay.
But we see that Wayne is a good guy and respectful. He's like, he's very gentle. Right?
Yeah.
And he's, you sure about this? And she's like, yeah, I want it. And he was like, all right, hold on. Let me get a condom. You see, because I'm a good guy. And the other guy's a bad guy.
I mean, Wayne is literally a good guy 100% of the time.
Yeah.
He never has a moment where it's like, oh, no, but I didn't mean this. It's like, no, he really is the control.
Wayne is perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he's the control.
Right. So
congratulations, white people. You got one good one in this movie. Everyone else is fucking out of their minds.
So this next scene is inspired by John Singleton's experience at USC. Remy confronts Malik about a shirt that he's wearing. And like Malik has the Black Panther shirt on, and Remy has, an iron cross, and I'm sure he's got like swastika tattoos somewhere on his body, but he's wearing all black. He looks like a Nazi, right? And he's like, and Michael Rapaport is so awkward in this movie. I guess the character is like, hey, you support the Black Panthers? Huh? Well, that's reverse racism.
Like, what? Nailed it. What do you have to say now? There's no such thing as reverse racism. It's just called racism.
Right. But
also supporting the Black Panthers, not racist.
That's not racist.
No. And if you think it's racist, it's because you don't know anything about the fucking Black Panthers except for what you saw on Fox News. Yeah, they used to feed little black kids in the morning. Terrible human beings. And they carried around guns so that black people wouldn't get murdered by the police indiscriminately. Terrible people. I know. Nothing drives me crazy. Nothing gets on my nerves more than to hear white people who don't know jack shit about the Black Panthers talk about how fucking horrible they are. Right. You know nothing about their history.
They killed cops.
That killed innocent black people. Like, hello? Yeah, well.
How many cops did they actually kill?
Like 2.
If any. Did they kill 2 cops? I don't even know.
I think there was a shootout that they ended up killing a bunch. Or not a bunch, but like
started the shootout.
You don't have to wonder. I'll tell you. It wasn't them. So, yeah.
So they get into an argument. Remy specifically provokes Malik, right? Like he did it on purpose. I don't know why, because Remy's a bit of a bitch.
Well, I think he's like feeling himself, right? He's got like that. He's got that sweet.
Hey, I got friends now.
It's that sweet Nazi fucking self-pride. Like, yeah. And someone's like, I'm gonna kick your ass. He's like, oh no.
So he gets I'm gonna kick your ass.
I forgot I needed muscle.
Remy
fucking Zangief come fight for you.
Remy runs away, and Malik is held back by Deja. We cut to Remy back in his dorm room reading Mein Kampf, and he is confronted by Malik.
Yeah, let's make sure that we, totally reasonable. Let's read fucking Mein Kampf in my room where I'm the roommate of a Jewish kid. Jesus.
So he is confronted by Malik, and Malik basically punks him out. Like, he calls him on it, right? And, he's just like, you're just a bitch with an ugly haircut. And he rolls out. And Remy gets pissed, and he starts trashing his room. But he's trashing his roommate's side of the room.
Well, he trashes both sides. But he has like a Nazi hissy fit. And he's like, yeah, and he's just like fucking tearing the desk down.
Fucking kicked his ass.
It would have been fucking World War II up in that fucking room if I'm David the Jewish kid. We gotta fight, dude. We gotta fight. If I came home and I shared a room with some fucking strange weirdos in college. If I came back to my room and my side was trash and they were just sitting there, I'd walk in and I'd be like, what the fuck? And they'd be like, what are you gonna do about it? And I'd walk out, I'd go get a baseball bat, and I would fucking destroy their side of the room. No, dude, we gotta fight, dude. No, fuck that. No, I'm like, all right, that's cool. No, we gotta fight. Guess what's happening?
So I wouldn't even have walked out of the room. I'd have just started throwing shit. What the fuck is going on? Yeah, maybe. Probably.
Yes.
You're right.
I mean, that's what that is.
Let's stop pretending.
So David comes in and is like, oy vey, what the hell happened here? And he's like, what are you doing? Like, this is my side of the room.
You're a fucking asshole, man. But it is, look, it's Adam Goldberg. It kind of almost is that, right? Like, Adam Goldberg is like the most Jewish actor alive, dude. He really is.
And Remy, since he can't push around the black guy, he's gonna push around the Jewish kid. And he's like, so what are you gonna do about it? And he starts to get into an argument with him. Malik hears this, he comes in, and gives him a full Nelson, and throws Remy off of Malik.
Right, because they actually David and him physically.
Yeah, they get into a physical altercation, and Remy then pulls out a gun, and he's like, "Yeah, who's the big man now, huh? Yeah, who's the big man now?" Huh?
He makes a comment about he's like, "You two are working together, Jews and blacks. They own you, man. They own you." I was like,
"You're just a monkey to him, man. He's controlling you, man."
I was like, fucking hit him with that Denzel Washington, like, nobody owns me. No, dude. And me and that Jewish kid, we would have fucking went to work on his ass in that room. I'd be like, close the door.
So Remy grabs his bag and he rolls out. Malik gives chase and is stopped by Officer Ryan and the all-white campus security because they assume that it's Malik's fault letting Remy escape. And
will not be it's not the first or last time.
Right. And David is like, "No, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? You got the wrong guy."
Apparently he's headed to his fucking bagel shop. Well, everybody is a giant stereotype, so I'm fine with that.
He's like, "You got the wrong guy," and this, that, and the other, and it gives Remy time to flee. Remy is officially dropped out of college.
Is this? I feel like if this movie took place in like the 60s, this character would have been like, this is the beginning of Bernie Sanders' rise. First off, 2 points for Bernie.
So the next scene is Malik telling his now former roommate, Wayne, why he moved out.
Wait up. What's up, man? Why'd you move all your stuff out?
Staying with some homies now, Guess I thought you and David might want to live together since y'all so close and all.
David doesn't even know if he's going to school here next semester, man. He's all depressed and shit. His parents have him going to shrink. I think he's lost himself.
Listen, Wayne. I think you cool, man. I mean, we ain't never had no beef outside of your dirty clothes and opposite taste in music. But I'm at the point where I feel safer and more comfortable with my own people. Shit, man, I ain't come to this goddamn school to have no white boy pull a gun in my face. Could have got that in the ghetto. Seems like this whole system is set up towards maintaining white supremacy. Now, I didn't come here to learn that. I didn't have to come here to learn that.
I understand you're pissed, man, but I'm not like that. I'm not like that, Malik. You treat me like I'm Remy, man. I'm not like that. I'm no fucking white supremacist. Is that what you see? I'm different. So are you. You know?
No, I'm not. Neither are you. That's the problem. Peace.
So I have a question. Is Malik being unreasonable?
Yes.
Derek?
Yes.
What was the question?
Is Malik being unreasonable?
Maybe. Look, man.
I mean, look, I get it.
I get it, but I think it's unreasonable. I think it is.
I would, my 15-year-old self agrees with Malik wholeheartely.
I also agree with that.
That he's
acting like a 15-year-old. Yeah, I agree with that. He's the mind of a child. No, I mean, look.
Fucked up, but
I mean, look. If you got a gun pulled on you by a neo-Nazi who was saying the things that Remy was saying to you as a black student who was dealing with a bunch of bullshit on campus, it's all seemingly racially motivated. You're also like hanging out with other black people who are super pro-black and like super woke and all that other stuff. Yeah, I totally understand Malik's point of view. That doesn't make it correct. Which is, I think a lot of damage happens when we start to paint groups, any of us, paint any group with a huge brush. I think that's a damaging thing. I think that's why we get into the shit that we get into by going, we're not a monolith, but all of those people think that way. And you're like, wait, but you can't have both of those things. So yeah, I understand his perspective and I understand it, but we wouldn't excuse it going the other way either.
Right.
Right? You wouldn't say, oh, if it was a black dude who held up or pointed a gun at those two two white kids, and they were like, yeah, fuck all black people, you'd be like, no, but that guy's an asshole. Like, that guy doesn't represent all of us. So, yeah, it's the same thing.
Do you agree, Terrence?
Sure. What? I guess so.
So you're not about painting, in broad strokes like a group of people?
It's not a good thing, but I do it anyway.
Okay.
See, that's the most honest. See, Terrence is honest.
That's it. Look. That's all I wanted.
Because he's getting ready to call some fucking bullshit.
Ready to call some bullshit out of him. God damn it! You're stealing my joy. You devil! You're stealing my joy.
Look, man, I know who I am.
Good.
But there's a reason for it.
There you go.
So
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I totally understand Malik's viewpoint. I do. I don't really understand Remy's viewpoint because ain't nobody done anything to you. You're just a loser. Like, that's his whole thing, is he's just a loser. Ain't no black kid take your engineering job.
Right.
You're just a fucking weirdo who's not, you're maladjusted to society.
Right, you're just socially awkward.
Right, that's nothing to do with minorities.
All you gotta do is fix that, you'll be fine.
Yep.
But he's from
Just
Nebraska with a Brooklyn accent.
No, he was from Boise, Idaho.
Oh, Idaho? What's the difference?
Oh, that's closer to New York.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's right around the corner from New York.
Oh, wait, no. Idaho?
Where's Idaho?
That's further away.
Then where, Nebraska?
I'm thinking Ohio.
Oh, yeah, Ohio is closer.
That's the Pacific Northwest, right?
Yeah, there's nothing there. But to shoot and eat potatoes, I guess, right?
It's not Ireland in like the 1300s.
Do we have I don't know.
They have a potato famine out there. They're all dead.
Like, when you fly over Idaho and all of that,
no, Boise is supposed to be a pretty nice city.
Is it? Yeah. How many black people?
Do they have a sports team?
The Boise Taters? Look, I don't know if that's true, but I guarantee if we Google that later, I guarantee it's real. I guarantee it's real.
They have a college team, right?
Yeah,
Boise State?
They have a college
It's got to be like
whatever.
The Baked Taters or fucking some other potato-like characters.
We get a montage of Kristen trying to organize a peace rally.
I'm just saying.
We cut to a scene of Scott and Remy. They're eating lunch, and Scott asks Remy why he dropped out, and Remy's like hemming and hawing because Remy's a follower and a bitch ass and doesn't really think for himself. And he's like, "Oh, I ain't need that school, man. You know, I'm just sitting here, listening to my Eric B and Rakim. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I do, And Scott tells
I'm really
Remy,
upset about Fife dying, man. I'm really.
And Scott tells Remy that we need more people like him to be lawyers, doctors, engineers, etc.
That was a very odd speech.
I didn't think so at all.
Yeah, that was some real ass shit in this movie.
Yes.
No,
why do you think so?
For him to be the one to give it, because that's what we tell our kids and shit.
That's the point.
Yep.
That was the point. And I thought that was interesting.
What the fuck? That was really bizarre that it was coming from a white supremacist. Like, you already are doctors and lawyers and shit like that.
Look, if
they're losing it.
If you had money, you don't want more money?
Right, but I don't get the impression that those guys are well-off white people.
No.
I get the impression that they're poor white people.
Money is the wrong analogy. I'm saying if you have something that you want, you want more of it, don't you?
Yeah.
That's what that is. Like, we need as many people as we possibly can in positions of influence so that we can take our country back, because it was stolen from us by the people that we brought over here.
After we killed the people who already lived here. How dare they? What kind of silly ass nonsense is that? This is our country. Like, actually, we were here first. Shut the fuck up. There are 4 of you left.
Like, wait a minute.
We'll build a pipeline through your neighborhood and we'll murder the rest of you. Shut up. Didn't ask for your input. Native Americans. Or whatever you want to be called.
So Remy was walking to that lunch. And
well, hold on. I want to cut back for a second to the point about what you said, which is you found it odd that they were saying the same thing that we tell our kids. But at the same time, in the movie, or I think a little earlier in the movie, Ice Cube, they're talking, actually it's later in the movie, Malik is thinking about dropping out. And it's a very similar conversation about why would you drop out? You need to stay. Deja's telling him, like, you need to stay and we need more people. Like, to be in positions of influence.
Right.
And it to me, I didn't read it as odd. I read it as here are two groups who have wildly different viewpoints at the end of the day, but they still see the same sort of issue in the middle, which is kind of funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're more alike than they think they are. Except for the white guys are totally wrong because hello, you're white. Like, you're white in America. It's like the greatest fucking free pass. Like, it is. I mean, it doesn't mean that automatically you'll be rich and successful, but it doesn't make it more difficult to be rich and successful, where black people have to, unfortunately, and minorities have to work twice as hard, sometimes 4 times as hard, to get half as much. That's fucking true. It's as true as, and it's not us just saying it. Look at fucking history. And by history, I mean literally like 2 days ago. You know, it's the fucking truth, man. Like, it is. So I just found that to be an interesting dichotomy between the two of them. And look, I think that's a complex moment in the movie. I don't know that John Singleton meant it to be that, which is why I said, like, he might have fucking Kramered his way into this, fucking ass backwards, tripped and fell into that sort of complex conversation. But it is there.
So while Remy was walking to go meet his white supremacist friends, he bumped into Fudge, who I just realized, like, why does O'Shea Jackson have like a bunch of food names as aliases? Ice Cube, Doughboy, Fudge. What the fuck?
That's why he's fat.
So he comes,
fried chicken box Jenkins or whatever.
So Fudge recognizes Remy.
Right.
And he does that little cock to the head that dogs do. And
yeah, when they think they understand a word you're saying.
Right. And he, so then they have the lunch, and then next scene is the black hole coming to envelop the white supremacist lunch. And it's a good old fashioned race war.
Oh yeah.
And it is the shirts versus the skinheads. And they got and Remy, it's Remy versus Malik and Cole versus Cube and Zangief versus Zangief, who is a big hulking mass of a man getting his ass whooped by this big fat black dude. And yeah, like they beat the shit out of them skinheads.
And Dreads is there beating up the guy who looks like the dude from American Psycho. Is like his buddy.
Yeah. So they beat the hell out of them. They beat the hell out of them skinheads.
He threw fucking Zangief into a Coca-Cola machine. Like, all right, take it easy. God damn.
Afterwards, back at Black Home Base, Malik, they're
Black Home Base.
The black dudes are icing their hands, and the white dudes are icing their heads.
Yeah, the black dudes kicked the shit out of them, dude.
They really did, man.
That was very satisfying for me.
And
that was 5 out of 5 right there.
That was my favorite part of the movie.
They're icing their hands, and Deja is talking to Malik, and Malik tells Deja that he's going to take a semester off because he can't handle the stress of being at the school.
And I feel like that's just quitting. Those are quitting words.
And that's exactly what Deja says. She's like, so you're dropping out. And she was very disappointed. Meanwhile, back at, the Legion of Doom, fucking the Nazis are there, and Michael Rapaport is like, man, we're gonna kick their ass next time, man. It's full race war, man. I'm serious this time. Like, next time we're gonna whoop their ass. And Cole Hauser's just like, shut the fuck up. Like, what are you gonna do about it? Like, you sit here and you talk all this talk and all that nonsense, but what are you gonna do about it, right? And he goes out and he grabs a sniper rifle. And he says, I dare you to kill a nigga. He's like, have you done it? Like, yeah, I have done it.
Cole Hauser ain't done shit.
No, of course not.
He lie. Really? You killed a black dude and then you just went off to college? By the way, what is Cole Hauser and his friends? What's their major? International studies?
Like I think they're just on campus.
They just
like
Nazis
that
hanging
doesn't
the
make
fuck
sense.
out. Do they show up at history class just to show you, like, this is what a Nazi looks like? Like, what's the big roided up fucking narco guy? What class is he taking? I'm like, that guy's a Nazi. He's right there. He's right over
Like
there.
you don't see the Iron Cross above his fucking cut off T-shirt.
He's got a fucking swastika that was like this big. He should have been wielding 2 fucking giant machine guns as the mini boss before Hitler in Wolfenstein. That's who he was.
That's why I say this movie is so stupid, man. Like it doesn't make any sense.
It plays in the extremes. And I get, like,
there is, like you said at the
there
beginning
ain't no
of the episode,
subtlety.
there is no gray area at all.
So Kristen organizes the Peace Festival with Monet to calm down the students. Malik and Deja attend and are caught in a frenzy because Remy is on top of a tower at the observation deck, and he starts shooting. He starts firing. This scene is inspired by real-life events by a guy named Charles Whitman from the University of Texas in 1966, who was an engineer.
You're an engineer.
Yeah.
Aren't you?
So don't fuck with me.
You couldn't shoot the fucking broads out of a barn.
You think I can't?
You want to bet?
Yes. Do you want to bet?
I would like to go shooting with you. Not at me. I look at you, get disinterested. Oh my god. Or we could skeet shooting. That sounds interesting. Although I would like to do that. Anyway, go ahead.
So he starts opening fire, and a bunch of people are, everybody's going crazy. I like how Kristen's like, everybody don't panic. Everybody calm down. No, I'm gonna panic.
No, this is why the term panic was created. It's for moments exactly. There's a white supremacist shooting at minorities. Get the fuck out of the way. Yeah, panic. Panic is the right word.
So 2 students are killed in all this panic. They're shot dead. One of them is Deja. Originally,
I thought it was 3. I thought it was.
He's the 3rd. Spoiler alert.
Oh, right.
So
that's fine.
Originally, John Singleton wanted Malik to die, but he felt that was too much for people. Like that would be too sad of an ending, too depressing of an ending.
God, Americans are such pussies.
So he had
fucking kill him. He's not real. He's not real. This isn't Man of Steel. Calm down. You're allowed to have destruction and death.
So that's why Deja died. And Deja died in Malik's arms. And Malik,
I mean, that was pretty powerful. It wasn't like that was taking the low road. It wasn't like the easier road.
Right. Especially because, he has her coughing up. Like, she didn't die instantly. Like,
it was brutal.
She was coughing up blood and screaming. Yeah. Like, it was pretty horrifying.
And she screams, why? And I was just kind of like, I kind of laughed because it seemed a little ridiculous. It was like the wake up thing from School Days. Why? I mean, the answer is you're black. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, that is the answer, and people are bigoted.
Malik sees that it's Remy doing the shooting, so he...
Fucking eagle eye.
Yeah, no kidding. And he runs into the building and he finds Remy and he attacks him, right? And he fucking is going to work on him.
I felt like he was too emotionally wrapped up because there's a very simple process. You were like, he was trying to punch him or whatever. You had the guy by the collar. Just keep slamming his head until he stops moving. That's what I would have done.
Yeah.
This is total justifiable vigilante murder. 100%.
Yeah, I'd have killed him.
What's that?
He was shooting at people. Like, you gotta go.
Yeah, no. Dude,
and he shot 2 people.
And he shot your girlfriend and murdered her.
Right.
Oh, no. You're not making it out of that stairwell. I'll throw your ass off the fucking edge.
I watched...
and then shoot at you like in that new Ben Affleck movie, apparently.
I watched a documentary about Charles Whitman because I saw that, that this was inspired by real-life events, so I watched a documentary on it. And they did exactly what you said they should do. Like, there was one cop, and there was a citizen who had license to carry, and the cop was in there, and he found a citizen, and the citizen was like, "So what we doing?
Let's roll."
And the cop said, "We're killing him."
God damn!
There is no taking this man alive.
No.
And that's what they did. They went up and they eventually flanked him and shot the guy.
God damn. The one time guns on campus works.
Right.
Conservatives are like, remember in 1965? Like, yeah, that's 1 out of 900. Yeah, good job, everybody.
So Malik is beating the shit out of him, and he's got him in a chokehold, and he's ready to choke the life out of him. And all of a sudden, fucking Buffalo Bills head coach Rex Ryan comes up and grabs Malik, and
they hit him with a nightstick in the back.
They start his defensive coordinator and his offensive coordinator start beating the shit out of Malik, while Rex Ryan is over there talking to Remy, but Remy fucking hauls ass. And he's like, no, wait, it's okay. We got the black guy. You're safe now. So eventually...
He's like, thanks.
I'm out.
Remy is...
Heil Hitler.
Remy tries to get away. All the doors are locked. The cops are like, hey, calm down, buddy. We got the
This shit
suspect.
made me so fucking angry, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's too real.
I can't imagine when Terrence watched this the first time. It's like, get the fuck out of my face.
Like, I was like, I'm about to turn this shit off. How much time do we have left? Because this is making me very angry.
It's a little too real. And
yeah, they're willing to actually like talk this kid down.
Right. They're talking this kid down, and who's got like swastikas and shit on him. Like he's wearing Nazi propaganda.
Like being a Nazi is literally the okay for like absolute take the gloves off murder in video games and movies. No one gets upset when Nazis get killed.
Right.
Like that's the thing. It's like, oh, you can't have these, innocent people being killed. Oh, they're Nazis? Oh, fucking mow 100 of them down. Nobody cares. Dude, why are you trying to like, oh, let's talk. Maybe you'll be an engineer one day. I'd have been like, oh, really? You're the guy? Click, clack, bam, you're done. Let's move on. You're Nazi. Fuck it.
Remy gets scared.
Heaven will not be missing an angel.
Remy gets scared, pulls a gun out on the officers. The officers come out fucking like,
Mexican standoff.
Right.
Or not Mexican, I mean like regular white guys.
and Rex Ryan's like, hold on guys, hold on. I think I can reason with him. And
I'd be like,
damn, that should piss me off so much.
If they should have had, God damn it, they should have had one black cop there. It should have been all white cops, and one black cop like, he's reaching for my gun, and just start fucking firing. Fuck it. Well, it's in danger. And he's like in the back.
Right down the fucking hallway.
I'm scared. Not bad, dude. The second that corner, I'd have put a bullet in his head, dude.
Yeah, man.
Maybe 2.
And the lead officer is like, everybody calm down. He's like, just talk to me, kid, just talk to me. And he was like, what did you want to be? What's your major? And he's like, I wanted to be an engineer because Dwayne Wayne is one, and I wish I was black because I'm Michael Rapaport. and he's
trying to engineer these beats on this new Tribe Called Quest album, son.
And he turns the gun on himself, and the reaction from Officer Rex Ryan pissed me off. He was like, no! And I just...
My reaction would have been, oh,
all right! No paperwork!
like high-fiving, like high-fiving your friend. Yeah! No paperwork.
So Remy kills himself, and his last words are, I think, I'm sorry. And no,
where are you?
You get no sympathy from me.
No, who cares?
You're a loser. And he shoots himself in the head. A few days later, Malik and Phipps discuss his future at the university. Phipps saying, look, if you don't want to be here, I understand. I trust your judgment, whatever. Later, Malik and Kristen are seen talking for the first time in the movie at a like impromptu memorial. And Kristen blames herself for organizing the peace rally.
Which is not her fault.
Right,
That's
and
ridiculous.
and Malik was like, just don't worry about it. Go back to having threesomes with your lesbian and your boyfriend.
Yeah, I'd be like, why are you even leaving your room?
Because that shit wasn't. Apparently, there was a resolution to that, but it got cut.
What was the resolution?
We don't know, but apparently there was.
Yeah, all 3 of them got together and it was great.
Right.
And she's a professor at that college because she never left campus ever again. God bless her.
Professor Phipps leaves his office. The final shot showing the U.S. flag fluttering in the wind, and the caption "Unlearn" appears above it, and we fade to black.
There you go. Any final words on?
I still don't really like it.
Still not a fan? Okay.
No, it was just too much.
Oh, it's John Singleton, man.
Yeah.
You gotta hit you when you're young.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it doesn't work.
Otherwise, yeah. It just.
No, I mean, definitely. I can definitely see your perspective. Like at 36, it's like, wow, okay, we get it.
Yeah, I've gotten it for the last 20 years. Didn't teach me anything new. That's why I was just kind of like, no.
Yeah, no shit. Nazis are evil.
But they can be on campus.
Yeah, I mean, that part.
With no recourse.
I mean, sometimes.
Fine, whatever.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta scroll a giant swastika in the floor of your dorm room. Does anyone ever come in the room and like, dude?
Like, what is this?
Like, oh, well, it's an experiment for engineering. We were trying to like find the diameter. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. You're all liars. For me, I thought, again, I think it holds up. Like I really enjoyed it, and actually, I think that with the conversation, I think I'm gonna bump it to a 4 instead of a 3.5.
I would still keep it at 3.5 because like there are some John Singleton-isms that are just hard to get by.
Oh well, of course.
But I still enjoyed it. It was great.
Okay, all right, that's it for episode 93, Higher Learning. We will see you guys next week for a brand new preview episode.
See you. Take it easy.
We out.